Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me. Today I'm gonna be playing with a new stamp set that I recently got. This is from Lil'Inker Designs. I got a couple of sets from this brand. It's the first time purchasing something from this brand. I really like this stamp set, as you can build your own cactus and decorate them with some smiley faces or arms and flowers. You can also stamp these tiny feet here and a very tiny mustache. I think it's pretty fun. There's also a balloon and some very fun sentiments. I really like this stuck on you. And sorry I was so prickly. Ouch, that's rough. I think that they're very funny. I have two white panels here, as I'll be trying to make two cards, if it will fit in my 15 minutes video. Now for my first card, I wanted to make like a watercolory kind of background. So I'm gonna create myself a stencil from another piece of cardstock, and I will just cut this in the middle. And I'm moving over onto my cutting mat, and here is my cutout center. And now I'm just gonna tear off the inside so I can create like a frame and get that torn edge look. And I'm going to adjust this until I get the look that I like. And I will be adding some color with this pigment ink by Avriel and my blending tool. Just gonna bring this color in. Okay, I'm gonna remove this stencil that I made. And I did not put too much time into have a perfect blending, as I will be adding a bit of water and spread this color a bit. So I'm using my water brush, and this is regular cardstock, so the color won't move too much, but it will kind of give that watercolor feel. I could have used some watercolor cardstock, but the one that I'm using, the Canson, is just too yellowish, and I really wanted to have a white paper for my card. Also, I have to be careful to not add too much water, otherwise this cardstock will just start fraying. You can totally freehand this with your brush and your color, but sometimes when I try that, I just forget to stop like with the color, and I always go too close to the edge of the paper, so that's why I made the stencil. I'm gonna leave this aside to dry and work on my next panel. Now for my second panel, I'm going to use this background stamp from Simon. This is the large stripe background. I really love this stamp. And I'm gonna be inking this up with this Galaxy Gold. This is another pigment ink. It is a beautiful gold ink, so shimmery. And I'm not gonna have like a full background, so I'm gonna stamp a couple of these stripes. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I will wipe off a bit of this ink, as the lines are just too long. So I'm using a damp cloth and just wipe off the ink that I don't want to have on my background. Okay, I just love this shimmer. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I trimmed my paper down, and now I have both my panels ready, and I want to add some splatters here now that this is dry. And I'm going to add some black splatters, and I have here a black pencil, and I'm just gonna wet the tip and just drop the color onto my card here. And not too many, just some tiny splatters. Now from this set I will be using this stamp right here, and I'll be stamping it onto a scrap piece of paper as I will be trimming it off. I'm using two pigment inks for inking this up. This is lemongrass, and then I'm going to use this pistachio from Memento, and that's a bit darker, I mean a lot darker, and just add it to the bottom. And then I'll just use my water brush and pull that darker color into the lighter one. I'm not going back and forth, I'm just pulling it from the bottom. And I'm giving it a little bit of time for that ink to transfer onto the paper. And here is the effect that you get. I think it's pretty cool, like it's a bit watercolor looking. And I'll do the same for one of the pots here in the set. And I'm going to pick two different inks that I have. And I'm using Rainwater and Meant to Be, and this is such a gorgeous color. So I'm gonna be inking this up first with the blue. And then I'll be adding a bit of this mint to the bottom. Colors may transfer from one ink pad to another when you do this kind of stamping, but they are very easy to wipe off. Okay, so once again I'm just have too much water, just pulling that color upwards. And I did not stamp too well, so I'm gonna press here where that color didn't stamp. Okay, and I'm gonna try and fix a bit that spot here that it's bugging me. There was something onto my stamp, so that's why I did not get a good impression. Okay, now it's better. You can also use your pigment inks for watercoloring. Just gonna quickly show you here onto a piece of watercolor cardstock how well they blend and they react with water. Just gonna use this red so you can see better. They really spread out nicely onto the watercolor cardstock. And I forgot to add a flower here, so I will be doing the same process and stamp this tiny flower. going to add the cute faces from this set, and we'll be stamping this with some black ink. This is just so cute. And I can now assemble my cards. I'm also gonna be stamping my sentiments, and we'll just stamp this and create some banners or some tiny strips. So I've got both sentiments out and I made a banner end on one of them. I will be adhering these panels straight onto my card bases and just using regular adhesive tape. I'm going to pop both my elements with some foam tape. And I'm going to place this right at the center. And this other one a bit to the side here. I added another banner underneath, and I'm using regular adhesive tape to adhere this down. So I'm going to gently lift this up and just tuck my banners right underneath. I'm gonna use a hard punch, and I have this one from Fiskars, and I'm just gonna punch a pink heart. And this is the pigment ink that I've used earlier, and I just diluted it with a bit of water. And I'm just gonna glue this down right here. I added some clear sequins and also some clear droplets, a bit of shimmer with my Wink of Stella, and my cards are done. I thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye bye.